is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading.
What is the TP family, and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading. What is the TP
Hi, TP family. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another session right here on YouTube Masterclass. I'm Tennyson Shells, and today we are not just going to be talking about just trading. We are going to talk about how to transform how you think, how you respond, and how you win during the market and also in your personal lives. Here at Cheqona, we believe there are three things that can carry you throughout your journey, which is wisdom, discipline, and faith. And this is not just a theory, it's our core foundation of how we do things here during our TP Masterclass. Whether in the market or in your life, these principles can unlock every confidence that you should have and clarity and long-term success for yourself. So here's what to expect every week inside the TP ecosystem. Every week, every day, we do post the daily declaration, which will help sharpen your mindset. We will also summarize from our previous masterclass session, where we also post that once a week on the YouTube community tab. And we also have weekly mental check-ins. So if you ever feel like you are drifting apart, you can always come back on our YouTube community to be able to realign yourself with our TP Masterclass. Today we also discuss another chapter from the psychology of money, and this one will be as loaded as the previous ones that we have given you for the past few weeks. So do me a favor to make sure to grab your pen, your notebook, and your focus, because you don't want to miss anything on this session. And if you haven't already done so, share this link with someone who needs to level up right now. So make sure you share this link with someone that needs to be here, right here on the TP Masterclass on YouTube for free. So let's kick things off. Drop in the comments the city you are tuning in from or the country where you are tuning in from. and then we will be able to get to know each other from there. So let me know where everyone is tuning in from, whether in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, Dubai, Germany, UK, US, Scotland. Let us know in the comments. We have some Nigerians in the house. Hello. And Lagos, India, South Sudan. And while you also continue to share where you are tuning in from, let me know what you also took from our last week's masterclass session. What did you learn from our last week masterclass session? We have Ghana in the house. Israel, hi. Let's know what you took from last week's masterclass. India, I learned about PPE, FOMO, ROMO, JOMO, MOMO, the 7 weapons used to manipulate human minds, resistance to fight negative FOMO, not forgetting the TP anthem of if you will truly go there, achieve you will. Okay, that's good. Let me know what everyone else learned from last week's TP masterclass. Nelson gave a great explanation of what was talked about last week for the trading psychology, where we did learn about the 7 weapons that is used to manipulate humans. And if I remember some of them, I think guilt was the first one, fear was the last one, and then a couple of other ones, fear of missing out, let someone remind me of the rest. South Africa, hi. Dubai, how to build resistance of fear of missing out. Great to be here. Great to have you here too. Last, yes, last was one of them. India, hi. Yes, fear of missing out. We covered that one. South Africa, hi. Shame, yes, shame. Nelson really learned a lot from last week. Pride, yes, pride was one of them. Envy also. So guilt, fear, pride, lust, fear of missing out is left with 2. It's left with 2 more. Guilt, yeah, I covered guilt. It's left with 2 more. Oh, envy, so it's left with 1. Shame. Okay, yeah, I think that covers all the 7 weapons that is used to manipulate human beings, and which is also very real when you are trading on the financial market. So yeah, so thank you guys for sharing everything that you learned from last week's trading psychology masterclass. So without further talking, let's just move on to the next session. And also, before we do so, today there will be no TP Market Watch because of some technical difficulties. So this week there will be no TP Market Watch, but from next week going, we will have TP Market Watch. Okay, thank you guys, and take care and stay tuned for more. Bye.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's
All right. Drop some number ones if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Just drop some number ones in the chat if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Awesome. Perfect, brilliant. Appreciate the reassurance. And we are back once again for another book review on, you guessed it, The Psychology of Money. Certainly a book that I'm thoroughly enjoying. As you already know, as I already stated last week, probably the majority of us have maybe read this book a number of times, maybe just taking it at the pace that we're doing it week by week, just like I'm doing it. But most importantly, we are locking arms, holding hands, and sharing this experience and sharing this journey together. Okay, so my name is Willis Aromi, somebody who's been trading now for coming up to 4.5 years, or maybe just over that. And one thing that I can definitely say, especially through being through these sessions, these TP masterclasses, is that I'm also a project of transformation as much as you guys are. Okay, so that's something that I want you guys to remember, that as we're doing these book segments, these reviews, and that's each and every single person is on here, as much as we're sharing, we are also growing as well. Okay, super excited to be here with you guys. And last week we covered chapter 12, surprise, right? Surprise. Okay, surprise. The fact or the idea of surprise, if you were not here last week, is that surprising events tend to happen often. Well, in fact, not necessarily often, but the fact that they do happen, the majority of the time, most of the world is not usually prepared, or they haven't had a preparation in place in order to know how they're going to overcome certain battles or challenges. And, their season of preparation hasn't been prepared in the past. And therefore, because they haven't prepared, they don't have an idea of what the process should be like and how it should go. And therefore, the emotions get in the way. And just cut a long story short, because the emotions get in the way, it often doesn't lead for them to recognize this is a period in the season of transformation to overcome sometimes these challenges. Okay. And I love how I'm just going to call you out. Nelson has done an amazing job in just structuring everything that he's learned last week, which is great. We structured it as the PPE. All right. So not personal protective equipment, but yes, the preparation, the process, and the emotions that comes with it. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go into chapter 13. Okay. Very, very similar, but we're simply talking about room for error. Okay. I want you guys to follow with me today and take as much notes as possible. Okay. Although you might not necessarily be able to see my screen, just please make sure you note down these very key bits of information. Okay. So we are talking about room for error. Here are two statements I want you to remember at the start, and hopefully at the end we can all remember, and you guys could also listen carefully to these very two statements I'm going to say. Okay, so number one, success in trading isn't about avoiding risk, it's about surviving it. Success in trading is not about avoiding risk, but in fact, it's about surviving it. So that's statement number one. I'll say that one more time. Success in trading is not about avoiding risk, but it's about surviving it. Okay, having the ability to survive and withstand risk. After all, we are in this game called trading. Okay, there is a risk involved. So the question is to you, how do you understand what risk is? How do you understand your risk tolerance? How do I survive in seasons of hardship? Trading might not necessarily be your hardship, but it might mean How do I survive long enough in order to be able to win? Okay. Statement number 2. I love this quote, and this is a quote that I've been hearing from a particular individual for the last couple of years. It's, if you stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. Okay. If you stay small enough, long enough, okay, you'll be big enough soon enough. Okay. I didn't want to get my tongues twisted there. But if you stay small enough, long enough, you will one day be big enough soon enough. What does that mean? Okay. Let's talk about trading, specifically about trading. Okay. The idea of being able to stay small enough, long enough is, from my understanding, from this particular perspective, is you have a trading account. You might have a small trading account. You might even have a trading account of the size of maybe $1,000, maybe $500. Your goal, first of all, in fact, understand the type of risk tolerance that you have. You might deposit $1,000, but you might be somebody that says, I've got $10,000. I'm just using $1,000 out of that 10,000 to deposit into my trading, and I'm using everything else as a reserve. That might be your ideal. Okay. However, let's just say the individual that we're referring to just has that $1,000. The goal for you is not to be able to exhaust the $1,000. The goal for you is to be good at numbers. So what do I mean by that? Well, take, for instance, you've got $1,000. How many trades would it take for you to lose that entire $1,000? How many trades? Okay. How many trades would it take for you to blow your account? Now, if the answer is 10, maybe that's something you need to visit. If the answer is 20, yeah, okay, great. I've got a little bit more trades, a few more trades, but maybe, especially if you're not somebody that's risk averse, you might need to assess your trading. Okay. Why do I say this? Because the idea of being able to stay small enough, long enough, is so that so that you can build consistency, so that you can have a risk tolerance, so that you can build not just a strategy, but also have the ability to withstand maybe a period of 5 losses in a row, maybe 6 losses. And maybe the 7th loss is the one that maybe hits your take profit or gets you into position of making more profit. Okay. I've just seen the chat just now. I can see 75 to 100 trades. Okay, great. Let's talk about it. 75 to 100 trades. Great. Let's just say you have $1,000. Somebody here previously said that depends on your lot size. Absolutely agree. Totally agree. It's a game of psychology and it's a mindset, just reading the previous comment there. But the point is, I'm going to say it one more time. If you can stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. Why? Because I've always heard this analogy. This analogy changed my life. And it's in fact what we were on the masterclass, what Chris spoke about last week. Let's just say somebody had the skill of trading and they came across an investor. And this person that has the skill of trading, though they have just $100, but they're able to grow that $100 sort of like a portfolio. They can consistently grow this by maybe 5 to 10% on a monthly basis. Now, in terms of withdrawing from that $100 capital, it might not be a lot of money. It might not be a lot of money. Guess what? But because you maintained the skill, because you stayed small enough, long enough, the opportunity came, the divine appointment came, the proper and the perfect timing came. And guess what? The investor came and said, I love your habits. I love the idea that you're able to grow, though it's $100, but the idea to grow between 5 to 10% on a monthly basis. If I give you 100,000, if I give you 1,000, 100,000, a million to manage as a portfolio, would you be able to do the same 5 to 10% per month? I'll say it one more time if you haven't really understood yet. If you stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. Okay, perfect. I know. I like the last comment. The last comment says, "I'm trading prop firms, and I should pretty much stick to small micros, right?" So I'm guessing that's a question. Well, the thing is, even with prop firms, the concept still remains the same. Okay. Let's just say, for example, you have a 10K account as a prop firm. If you have been in this industry, in this game for long enough, you already know that the 10K account is just a figure that comes with the price tag. However, the reality is there's rules in place. What are the rules? The rules is there's a limit towards how much you can risk, and there's an amount that if you pass that buffer, the challenge, and therefore meaning that you might need to spend some money to buy another prop firm and do the challenge all over again. So yes, the concept still remains the same. If out of that 10K, let's just say the buffer period or the buffer area is $1,000, you cannot lose more than $1,000. If you do, you have to start the challenge again. Then guess what? Use that $1,000 and divide that trade as small as you possibly can, but also I'm guessing reasonably enough so that you will be able to pass the challenge. I don't want to say in a reasonable time, because the idea is not to aggressively trade and pass it quick and then eventually blow your account. That's not the idea. The point is, don't exhaust yourself in terms of risk, especially if you are somebody that is not risk averse. You want to stay small enough, long enough, so that you'll be big enough soon enough. I hope that is very, very clear. I've said it about maybe 5 or 6 times by now. All right. So the future is unpredictable. I'm talking about big events and small events, things that are internal and things that might have external factors. When I say internal, what do I mean? Internal as in life is unpredictable. Sometimes we limit ourselves. We are in a job and maybe tomorrow we say, okay, great, I'm going to start a business. And within the next year, somebody who has no experience in business, but they say, I want to start a business. And within the next year, I will be profitable because of X, Y, and Z. But guess what? Maybe the person has not built up their confidence. Maybe they are not competent in certain areas. They might not even have the skills that they need, or even access to resources or experience from other people to be able to maintain that business. It could be any business, doesn't really matter. The concept still remains the same. They might have internal battles and issues they haven't experienced or dealt with in order to have success in that first year in business. External factors might be, let's just say, events that we have no control over. A financial crash, a pandemic, right? When the world changes in terms of AI. The world is changing in terms of AI. The type of jobs that existed maybe a decade ago or 2 decades ago, they might not even exist today. These are things we cannot control. But guess what? With the right attitude and learning and education and understanding how the world is being transformed, of course, you will be able to adapt to the environments that exist in today's world. However, I'll say this statement again, the future is full of unpredictable events. And this is the reason why room for error, which is very important, okay, room for error is the gap between what you expect to happen, okay, and the ability to remain resilient. Okay, so let me just clarify that. The gap between what you expect to happen and what can happen, what you can expect to happen and what can happen. But the key is resilience. That's the key. The key is for you to be resilient through that season and that period of time. Drop some number ones in the chat if you guys are still with me. Okay. If you guys are still with me, just drop some number ones in the chat. You guys are very active today. Love it. Okay. As we do that, we'll continue. Right. So, one more statement that I'll make before I continue. Okay, true financial wisdom isn't about optimism or pessimism. It's about preparation. We spoke about this last week. It's about preparation. It's not about, yes, my trade, my strategy is good. It's a great strategy. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's a few things I need to change about my strategy. It doesn't matter, honestly speaking. It's about the preparation. It's about the margin and the room for error, which leads me on to my first point. And if you're still taking some notes, please write this down. Write this down. This one is important for me. And I hope it is very important to you, but it's still important regardless. Number one, lesson number one, okay? The first statement I want to write on the lesson number one. Overconfidence kills. Why is this? Because people underestimate how much they don't know. It's not about what you know always, but you have to also be aware of how much you don't know, how much you don't know about yourself in certain conditions, how much you don't know about the market, how much you don't know about certain factors and certain seasons when it comes to the market. Perfect example for those of you who are quite experienced when it comes to trading. You guys will probably know in the last 4 months of this year, 2025, the market has significantly changed from the last quarter of last year. The swinging points and how quick the candle can go from 0 to 100 points to 2 to 300 points in a matter of seconds. It doesn't happen every single time in the market, not every single year. Okay, so conditions, they change. So people underestimate how much they don't know and they focus on everything that they do know. Okay, that's very important. Imagine this. I'm going to give you this as an example. Okay, in fact, there's something I'm going to say. I'm going to add this right now because this, I think, is very, very important. The power of leverage. Write this down if you're still writing some notes, guys. The power of leverage. I've done an amazing job last week of talking about leverage. If it's not last week, I do apologize. It might have been the week before. But most importantly, when it comes to leverage, understand that leverage is a bit like, I love to describe it in this way, if you're following. It's like a bully, right? Once upon a time, let's just say, no, I do apologize if this is quite sensitive, if that happens to you. But let's just say, for example, we all watch cartoons. There's a fight that's going on, and let's just say your friend who's a lot bigger than you comes and he protects you and he says, "Look, back off, don't touch this guy. That's my guy." So on and so forth. Same if it was a female. And then let's just say, for instance, you become overconfident. You're saying, "Yeah, try it again. This is not going to happen to me. Yeah, what? Try it again." You start to get confidence, overconfidence, and guess what? One day, who's meant to protect you, or the person who's been there for you to defend you, they're not there. They are not here. Let's just say they're absent for one reason or another, and it's just you. And now you have to face the battle yourself. And for one reason or another, unfortunately, as you're facing the battle, it just doesn't go so well, right? That overconfidence that was once there, it drops, it disappears. It's like it didn't even exist. The reason I use that example is because when you think about trading, we have leverage. Leverage is like that person that kind of protects us or that kind of blinds us sometimes from the reality. Because what does leverage do? It amplifies your returns, but it also amplifies your losses. What you may not have been able to physically put in the market because of the way trading is today, you might not have been able to physically put in the market. However, because we have a good leverage, we can put a small amount but risk a high amount, and we can get incredible returns. But here's the other side to it. You can get, as much as you can get incredible returns, you can have an incredible loss. It simply means that you will be invested emotionally. If the market does not go your way, especially if you have not got experience, guess what happens? You will experience incredible losses. Okay, let's take it as another example. Somebody who is not qualified to be a doctor. Somebody who's not qualified to be a doctor, guess what? Let's just say they have a lot of confidence when they're in the presence of a teacher or somebody who has experience and telling them, okay, do this, cut this one, place this here, place this tool here, put this here, place this there. Okay, but guess what? Without the presence of the doctor or the trained professional, and it's just the student in the room, what happens? What do you think is going to happen on that operating table? Disaster, chaos. Because as Cliff has said many, many times, if you have a knife, you give it to somebody who's a civilian, but you also give the same knife to somebody who's a trained professional in the army. The outcomes will differ very, very much. Why? Because the knife is in the hands of somebody who is not trained, can be disastrous in comparison to the knife that's in the hand of somebody who is a trained professional in the military. They know how to use or utilize the tools that they have. And so understanding what leverage is and the power of leverage, but most importantly, as it pertains to what I'm mentioning here, overconfidence. Understand what leverage is and also understand that overconfidence can kill your trading journey. Okay, I'm saying this to myself because it's something that at some level, at some point, overconfidence killed my trading for a very, very long time. Okay, hope you guys are still with me. But no matter how good your strategy is, it's very necessary to note that as long as you know how to survive, eventually you are going to succeed. Just understand how to survive. As I said to you in the beginning, life is full of unplanned events and things that are just surprising. Okay, whether it's personal, whether it's a global thing, but life is just full of unpredictable and unplanned surprises and events. It's now your job to be able to deal with them. But how do you deal with them? It requires that preparation. It requires the ability to have that margin and that room for error. I'll just give you this one analogy, one last example. But let's just say somebody waits before they get sick, before they start to take their health properly. Well, that's now, for example, 2 years gone, 3 years gone, a decade gone. I'm not talking about the people that might have some underlying conditions and things that they go through, but let's just say you have the power and the choice to make the right decisions about your diet, about your food, but you don't do it, and you wait until the circumstances have changed, the tables have turned, you start to feel a certain way, and now you want to take your health seriously. Well, you've lost a lot of time. You haven't allowed that time or that margin, I'd probably not say the word error, but you haven't given yourself time or enough time to develop the habits, to maintain a good lifestyle, and to maintain those habits, to maintain a good physical posture, good sleep, a great diet, and so on and so forth. Okay, so here's a question that I have for every single person. Number one, are you good at numbers? And number two, do you have the mindset for success? Okay, I'm going to get back to why I said the word numbers. Okay, so why do I say numbers? It doesn't mean that you'll have to become an excellent mathematician. My point is, we do the same thing that we discussed in the beginning of this session. Whatever the number is that you have in your account, or whatever you are working with, even if you are using a prop firm, have the ability to break down your buffer, break down each and every single trade, and the amount of time it will take you, or the amount of trades it will take you in order for you to lose the capital and not be able to physically place a trade. Okay, if that number is 500, okay, it will take me, I don't know, 50 or 60 trades for me to lose the account. Okay, great. It will take me, I know some people's strategy might even be you deposit money and then the profit that you've made, the profit, based on the profit that you've made, you use that profit as a risk to obviously grow your account. Again, every single person has different risk tolerances. Some people are more risk averse than others, but that might be an idea for somebody. Okay, if you guys are still following. However, understand what numbers is. You don't have to be the quality mathematician, but simple, even calculator. I have X amount. How many trades or losing trades in a row will it take for me to not be able to physically place a signal or a trade again? Okay, a trade, not necessarily a signal, but a trade again. But also having the mindset of success, which leads me on to the second lesson, is having the survival mentality or the survival mindset. So right, lesson 2, survival mindset. Okay, having a survival mindset is key and it's powerful to your success. Okay, because if you know that compounding works, all that's required for you to do is just stay in the game and follow your plan. Okay, staying in the game and being able to follow your plan consistently. Okay, if it takes you a few trades to blow your account, then unfortunately, although you might say, okay, let me take up the courage to deposit some more money into the account, and I'm gonna wait until next month until I get paid and so on. That's fine. You can definitely do that. It might even take you a while to do so consistently and then keep redepositing that. There's nothing wrong with that. Reality is, if you invest it emotionally, then that's going to affect your mentality. It's going to affect how you trade. In fact, you're trading from a place of scarcity rather than a place of abundance, rather than from a mindset of success. Okay, there's a difference between scarcity, in my opinion, and survival. Because with scarcity, you know that, oh, this is the last. I must treat this. This must take place. I must win. Whereas somebody who has the survival mentality, they know how to withstand tough times. They know that, okay, based on what I currently have, I will now be able to trade without frustration, without panic. I will now be able to trade without thinking I need to pay my bills, or the profit that I'm going to make with this particular setup, or with these profits, will then be used to pay for X, Y, and Z. Okay, you're no longer thinking like that. You're thinking with a survival mindset, knowing that this will take time, it will compound. I can invest and reinvest more later on down the line. But as it stands currently, I'm following this particular plan. Okay, room for error is better than forecasting. Biggest mistake I've ever made. Biggest mistake I've ever made. I forecasted and forecasted. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, you're still technically forecasting. You're saying X amount of trades. But if your idea of forecasting is after 10 successful trades, I'll make X amount of profit, and you do not factor in the losses that may come with it, then hey, you'll be surprised. And when it does not go your way, you'll be emotionally invested. You'll be upset when you take a loss, and you will be mentally unstable to be able to even place a trade. Okay, here's a question I have for you regarding this, or lesson number 2. What's one thing that you'll do differently before your trading day to prioritize survival over maximum returns? I'll say that one more time. What is one thing that you'll do differently moving forward, okay, before your trading day to prioritize survival instead of maximum returns? I'll give you an example of something that I will do. Okay, something that I will do every single before my session, whether I'm trading in the morning or the afternoon. Before my session, I must remind myself of the type of setup that I'm looking for, because believe me, there's been times where rather than, okay, I know it, I have it in my head, and then when it comes to it, I did the complete opposite. No, I have to remind myself of, okay, this is what I'm actually looking for in terms of the setup. This is the type of profit I may make. This is the type of loss that I will make if it goes the opposite direction. That's already set in your mind before you go into a setup. Okay, you don't want to have to think about that whilst the setup is going on, and then you're panicking, and then you press the button and go, oh, it's the wrong trick. That's just chaos. No. That's an idea of what you'll do before your trading day or before the trade that you're about to take. That's just an idea. Hope you guys are still with me. But just as we wrap up on this particular session, there's a few things I want to remind you of. That margin for safety, margin for error, margin for safety equals freedom, because now you're no longer trading from a place of scarcity, but you're also now trading from a place of survival or a place of abundance. You now have more options. It's a bit like somebody who decides that they're going to save for 6 months and then they lose their job. Now you've got 6 months to recalibrate yourself, 6 months to think, sometimes even 6 months to pause and relax without panicking and saying, I need to figure out myself as soon as possible. It can become very, very stressful. Okay, this I think is a big one. Avoiding single points of failure. Avoiding single points of failure. I think there was one comment that was made a couple of minutes ago, which was about depending on the type of lot size. I 100% totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. It depends on the lot size that you're using. Be sensible about it. And in fact, if it's something you do not understand, then seek guidance. I'm somebody who likes to experiment. Okay. When I say experiment, I'm talking, let's just say, I'm going to illustrate this as much as I can here. But you have a platform called MetaTrader 5. You go on there, whether you have a demo, you have $5 in it or $500 or $5,000, it really means nothing. Every single person can go on their MetaTrader 5. Okay. There's a tab. Hopefully I can get the chance to give you guys a demonstration. I would love to do so. If time permits, I think I may try to do it next week. Hopefully, God willing. But if you guys are familiar and you guys are following, you guys will know that on MT5, on MetaTrader 5, there's a section on the top right-hand corner, I believe, which is where you can select an automatic buy and an automatic sell. It's basically there. Okay, you can press buy or sell if there's a trade setup that you've seen, of course. But in the middle, there's also a bit where you can select 0.1, 0.2. There's a particular lot size that you can select, and you can change it and you can manipulate it. Okay, that's one. The second point is there's also a little circle right next to the option that I'm referring to, where it allows you to do something called a pending order. Now, why is this important? Because now what you're positioning yourself to do is you're not actually placing a trade, but you're pretending to place a trade. You're changing the numbers to see if this one hits 50 pips or my take profit, this will be $5, $10, $15. Okay. If it hits my stop loss, it will be $1, $2, $3. If it hits my take profit, it will be $10. If it hits my stop loss, it will be $5. Okay, you guys, hopefully you guys are still following. My point is, I'm somebody, yeah, perfect. I like the last comment. One-click trading, exactly, perfect. With the one-click trading option, okay, I'm not necessarily just using it because I can just click buy and sell. No, I'm using it to just figure out how much my risk is. My risk going to be too much for me to handle? Is it going to be enough for me to get the returns that I want? And out of that, you can say, okay, now I know. I no longer need to panic or think about the type of lot size or the position size that I'm going to be putting in trade. You don't have to think about that. Why? Because you've done it before. Now, after that, and also having a positive mindset, you now know what you're going to do when it comes to the trades or the setup. Those are sometimes the things that you can do. And I think as basic and as simple as that is, I promise you, and I believe me, people will not do that, and they will ask questions such as, how do I know how much to risk? How do I know if I'm using too much risk? I blew my account, this, that, and the other. These are things that if you knew the basics of that, you probably wouldn't be asking those questions. More people will be able to survive, having the survival mentality. More people will be able to survive than people who lose their accounts as often as they do. Okay, avoiding single points of failure because of the lot sizes that you're using. Optimize a mindset of longevity, which will be the last thing I'm going to mention to you guys. Longevity. Okay. There's going to be one more thing I said the last, so I do apologize if I said the last thing and the last thing and the last thing, but there's so much to take out of this. All right. A few things I'll mention last. Wealth is preserved by humility, not brilliance. It doesn't matter if you have the world-class strategy. I am telling you, believe me, I've been there. I have absolutely been there. I thought I got it. I thought, yep, it's going to take X amount of trades, then I'll build this account, then compound it, then go to the next level, and so on and so forth. It just doesn't always go that way. It just doesn't. It requires you to have a level of humility. Be humble. Be humble. Okay? So that's number one. And the last two things I'm going to mention is this. I've mentioned them already. Number one is success in trading isn't about avoiding risk. I said this at the beginning, and I'll say it just before I close. Success in trading is not about avoiding risk. It's about being able to survive it. Last but not least, I said this before, if you stay small enough, long enough, you'll be big enough soon enough. Okay? Hope you guys got some value from today's session. Okay? I'm learning myself. I'm growing. I'm a student. As much as you think I'm teaching you, believe me. Oftentimes, you might ask me a question. You might have the privilege to ask me a question, and I might just tell you, oh yeah, I'm a student of the game. I'm always going to remain a student. That's one thing about me that you probably learned from today. Okay. However, that's the last thing that I'm going to say to you guys. I hope you guys got a lot of value from this particular session. Okay. Thoroughly enjoyed this book. Still enjoying it now. But guys, my name is Willis Romy. You guys next week. Continue your farm and go through this particular segment. Hopefully every single person is growing. Guys, I love you all and peace out.
It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. Fix your mind, fix your trading. It's a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game.
What is the TP family and how do you become part of it? Don't worry, if you're watching this, you're already part of the TP family. Now, before you ask, no, it's not take profit. That's the first thing traders think, right? TP stands for trading psychology. When Cliff Cheqona created this community, he didn't want to make it all about himself. He wanted to create a space for traders built around a simple truth. Most traders lose because their mindset isn't ready for success. So what's the TP family? It's not a company. It's not an organization. It's a movement of traders who are done chasing shortcuts, done trading emotionally, and done feeling like they're alone in this journey. Now, let me be clear. We're not here to build another Telegram or Discord group. You don't need more chats or endless notifications. All you have to do is follow our content on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's where we deliver everything. Masterclasses, podcast clips, mindset tips, and even those hard truths no one else will tell you about trading. Our vision for 2025 is simple: education. We teach traders what really matters, not just strategies, but the mindset behind them. Through our TP Masterclass, podcasts, and content, we make sure traders know how to manage themselves first. Community. The TP family is all about connection, but instead of chat rooms, we meet through meaningful content that actually helps you grow. Tools. We're creating journals, simulations, and practical resources to help you track your progress and improve your trading behavior. The TP family is here to change the way traders think forever. We're not about quick wins. We're about creating strong, resilient, unstoppable traders. Welcome to the movement. Let's make 2025 the year you fix your mind and fix your trading.
I think big, I dream big, I trade smart. My thoughts align with wealth, success, and abundance. I deserve success because I work for it and stay disciplined. I let it go of doubt. I let go of fear. My mind is renewed every day with wisdom and strength. I focus on solutions, not problems. I attract profitable trades and opportunities. I am a successful, focused, and profitable trader. I am unstoppable and I am victorious. I am grateful for every opportunity to trade and grow. I give thanks for my progress, my lessons, and my success. I attract prosperity and I steward it wisely. Every day, I am becoming a better trader. My trading provides freedom and abundance. I speak life, blessings, and success into my trading journey. I am grateful for the wisdom to manage risk and profit. I celebrate my growth and resilience. My heart is full of gratitude. My mind is at peace. I am prosperous in my thoughts, my trades, and my life. I think big.
I think today you guys can see that we have come early. Today we're not having the edge segment for a few reasons. Number one, technical reasons. Number two, also today we have a lot of things to do, and so we have to start from somewhere. Again, before we go into today's segment, and before I even say hello to every single person on this live stream right now, please do make sure that you have invited somebody at least to this masterclass. If this is your first time that you're joining the masterclass, I've made it a habit right now. We will welcome you soon. But then I really just want us to know that we have a culture here. I'm closing my eyes for a reason, because I want us to really let the words that we have been listening in the beginning, sink in. You are not just here to just listen to things that people just woke up and they want to just distribute to you. We just came here today because we believe we have something that has convicted us and we want to share with you. Welcome to today's masterclass. Today we have a lot of things to do, and in fact, the topic I'm about to teach today, I'm not gonna lie to you, I struggled with it. Number one, because it's one of the things that you have to really talk about and find a way to balance it. Number two is because a lot of people don't talk about this as a topic. They talk about it as a conversation, but not as a topic. But traders are struggling with this lack of information that they have. But before we go into today's topic, I just really want to build a foundation for something very important in TP family, so that you can be able to understand that. But before then, guys, you already know the drill. You have to make sure that your atmosphere is sanctified. No negative thought, No negative thoughts. Not just for yourself, even me that I'm here right now, I have to make sure that I believe the information you guys are about to listen and hear will transform your mind. So no negative thoughts. Just declare to yourself that I am here to unlearn, to relearn, and keep learning. Let's just declare these words, that you are here to unlearn, relearn, and keep learning. I am here to unlearn, relearn, and keep learning. What you are doing to your mindset right now is that you are commanding your brain to be able to become somebody who can align with humility, because you can only learn to the level that you humble yourself. You see, in this world that we live in, and you may have heard me saying this a lot of times, all the time, no matter how you think my teachings, they are transforming you. I am not the only teacher in this world. I am not even the best teacher in this world. However, I make it a habit to myself that as long as I come on any masterclass, in any room, any stage, I must deliver the best. Did you get what I just said? I don't see myself that I am the only best. I don't even see myself that I am the best, but I'm always willing to deliver the best. And so when you say that you are ready to unlearn, to relearn, and keep learning, it doesn't mean that you are ignorant. It means that you are humble to know that as human beings, we all know in parts. We speak in parts, and we even believe in parts. So in order for us to be able to have a body of knowledge, we need to come to that realization that we have to keep learning. Today, I'm going to teach something very powerful. But before that, I want to talk about something very, very, very important today. Very, very important. I really want to talk about this because I want you guys to listen to me carefully now, please, ladies and gentlemen. Back in the days, I didn't really understand the mandate, okay? I didn't really understand the mandate when it comes to building anything in this world, whether a vision or whatever. I didn't really used to understand it very well. Until I realized that every single time you have the opportunity for one person, two people, three people listening to you, your ability to respond, I'm talking about your responsibility, because when you break the word responsibility into two, it means your ability to respond. So my ability to respond to every single thing I do with a TP family must be structured in a way that comes with number one, conviction, number two, structure, and number three, love. If I want to basically dispense light right now to you guys to understand me, it has to be structured. And so before we go into today's masterclass, I really want to explain something quickly so that you guys will be able to understand, okay? Let me just explain something. I'm going to share my screen and let you guys understand something carefully now. Now, you see, first of all, I want to share my screen and share it from this angle here. Please, if you know anybody who needs to join this masterclass, kindly just let them know that we are live, okay? Now, media, can you, if it's not on the screen here, can we bring it up on the screen for me, please? Thank you. Now, I want you guys to listen to this something right now. Every single day, you may have heard me saying this before, that every single day we post declarations from Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. Now, keep this system I'm showing in your mind, okay? Monday to Friday, we are posting declarations. Now, every single day we are posting Monday to Friday. We summarize things and so on and so forth. Now, when you come to this playlist, I want you to listen to this carefully now. There are two playlists here, and we're going to modify this very soon, but I want you to hear this carefully. The part where you see mindset shift audios and the part where you see the trading psychology masterclass, they are all structured system that is meant to build you as a trader. Now, I've realized a lot of people may be new or they don't even understand what trading psychology is. And so either they are rushing or they are trying to provoke or they are trying to compare. Listen, I've been trading since 2012. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you for sure, it's either you humble yourself as a trader or the market will humble you. In this industry we are living in right now, people sometimes throw some questions to me and say things like, does Warren Buffett go to the gym? Does Warren Buffett fast? Does this person do this? Ladies and gentlemen, we live in laws and principles. If your body is not well, your mind won't be well. If your actions and your discipline is not solid, nothing in your life will be structured. So retail traders, please, with all humility, listen. You cannot bypass laws and principles and become the person you want to become. Whether you are the person that have studied with the ICT, smart money concept, inside trading, even if they tell you today the market will go up tomorrow, I can assure you, you won't still make money. Because making money does not come from the information you only have about the market. It's how you process it and your behavior towards it. It has proven time and time again. Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe that if you were a Christian, let me start from there as well. Adam and Eve were provided for everything they needed in this world, yet they still made a decision that we can call an error. So making a decision that comes with error is a human behavior. And so that should tell you that even because of that, a holy growth strategy does not exist. Now, I want you to listen to me carefully now. Every single thing you are studying here, it is a structured, well-composed information I am giving to you guys. Number one, this mindset shift audios, we are going to be updating them from time to time again. So you're going to see more of that. This is the Trading Psychology Masterclass playlist. So when you go to the playlist, you're going to see the masterclass. You can watch all the videos if you have the time and if you want to. And you can watch from episode 1 to episode 2 to all of that. Let me even click it a little bit. I know it's going to play, but let me pause it. If you come here, you can see all of that over here, all of it over here, all of it over here. You can see it. They are all here. You can watch all. Let me even go to the live session right now so that it can be much more structured in a way. Let's go to the live. All these things, they are all structured here. From episode 1, where is episode 1 again? There you go. From this episode 1 all the way to where we are, guys, all this information, they are all foundations. So when you see a video posted, maybe let's say from here on the videos here, ladies and gentlemen, these videos are videos that I'm trying to attempt to break down an information in a micro way so that other people can understand. But if you want to be transformed, you need to come on these live sessions. So in the TP system, the number one main event that I can talk a lot and teach you many things is in TP Masterclass. I cannot record a 1 hour, 2 hours video and post it as a long form. For few reasons, algorithm reasons, it's impossible. So this masterclass is designed for transformation. Now, when you go to the post, the reason why I am posting information here and every single thing is because we don't have a Telegram channel or a WhatsApp group. Why? Look, ladies and gentlemen, believe me, I've been in this industry for a while. When you put people in a group, what starts to happen is they start to become lazy. Because when you now decide, because for example, right now, if you decided not to come to this masterclass, you wouldn't get this information. Why? Because I didn't post it anywhere other than the YouTube channel or probably our Instagram channel. So when you decide, remember I've explained this before, that when you pick up the word side, it means to kill. It means to kill. The word side, C-I-D-E, means to kill. So when you say pesticide, it means to kill a pest. When you say insecticide, it means to kill an insect. When you say homicide, it means somebody unfortunately has murdered someone. When you say decide, it means you have made a decision. That means that every single thing that needs to stop you from going to the next level, from becoming a trader, must die to kill. So when you decide you want to transform your mind, nothing, no lack of Telegram channel, no lack of WhatsApp group will stop you from coming to this TP Masterclass. So even if I put 10,000 people in the Telegram channel, and if they are not willing to be transformed, there is nothing I can do about that. I used to say things like this, that the ATM machine, they don't have a Telegram channel. But when you need money, you know where to go. In fact, you will rush, you will beg, you will ask somebody and say, please, is there an ATM machine near me? Or even you will go to Google, ATM machine near me. Ladies and gentlemen, There are people in TP family right now that they got access to my YouTube channel by the grace of God because ChatGPT suggested my video to them. True story. So when you are looking, you will find. Right now, when you go to YouTube and you type trading psychology, somehow, some of our videos will come up. Why? Because this is the niche. So every single day we are posting declarations. Now, very soon, we are about to add some couple of few things to the system. But I want you to look at this playlist here. This playlist you are seeing, you're going to see another playlist titled Visualization Videos. Now, you may be asking me, Cliff, what's up with the mindset shift videos? What's up with the visualization? What's up with the declarations every morning? We are transforming minds. And you may have heard me say this again, that just like how you take Panadol, just like how you take coffee, and you don't tell the coffee, when you go into my body, please don't let me sleep. It knows what to do. It knows it will block the adenosine receptors. It knows. You don't need to tell the coffee. The same thing. You don't need to tell the information you are hearing. Just allow it to enter your mind. Pick up the mindset audio. Listen to it. When we drop the visualization video, just watch it and see what it will do to your mind. Guys, we are carefully, by the understanding of neuroscience, and experience in trading, our goal is to transform traders' mind. So there are many things that is coming right now into this system that we are building. So from next week going, you guys will start to see new dimensions of introduction of new systems. Right now, currently, we are about to even drop a new system that you guys will love so much regarding your accountability structure to the whole entire TP family. So if this is your first time that you are coming to TP Family Live session, guys, I know that you have been trading maybe for 4 years, 5 years, something may not be changing, or you trade, and you hit a certain mark and you come back down again. No problem. There is a reason to that. Or you are afraid, what if I miss trades? There is a reason to that. Or maybe today you are trading well and next week something happens. There is a reason to that. Once upon a time, you used to be single and you were trading well. Now you are married and your trading is all over the place. There is a reason to that. These things are not rocket science. They are just structured information needed to take your trading in a holistic structure to give you the results you're looking for. This is what we are doing in TP family. This is TP system. So believe me, for example, the book we are about to release is a book in attempt to help you to understand another dimension of yourself. So if this is your first time, be patient. I know some of you guys, sometimes the team will tell me some of the comments that comes under the group is because the person either does not understand what we are doing or they think we are just here to talk. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of work goes into the information we bring, the system we are building. Believe me, we are not here to waste anybody's time. So the next time that somebody asks you, what is all these things going on with this TP Masterclass, take your time and explain to them. Don't just send them the link. Be an advocate. Listen, we know that you don't understand trading psychology. That is why you are here. Explain it to them. This is a hard cry from me to you. And don't be too aggressive on them because genuinely, people don't understand what that means. People don't understand what trading psychology means at all. And I get it. They can compete. They can try to say nonsense on the comments. But believe me, I'm telling you, if you pay attention, sometimes the kind of comments and testimonies we receive, if I was supposed to share most of them to you guys, some of you guys will think I am capping. People testimonies is incredible. That is what motivates me. So if this is your first time, welcome to TP Masterclass. My name is Cliff Cheqona. Now I can say, where is everybody tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? Can we bring it up on the screen? And if this is your first time, put first time in the comment section. We as TP family members, we will welcome you. If you know somebody who is supposed to be here and they are not here yet, please tell them that we are live. Okay, we are live. Today I'm about to teach something, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic, let me just finish just saying hi to everybody. Hello, everyone. I guess you guys are doing well. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you guys so much. Day in, day out. Right now we are on episode 16. You know what that means? It means we have been doing this masterclass 16 times. And again, you guys may have heard me saying this. This year, one of our goals is to either do a TP Masterclass offline tour or choose one country that is the most viewed community members in our community. And right now, there is a community of a country winning right now. I'm not going to expose it right now. And so probably this year, we're going to be doing a TP Masterclass offline tour or a huge TP Masterclass live event. The goal is to meet the TP family members offline, have dinner with you guys, teach you guys in the workshop, and actually really just make sure we take off this whole community from just online to offline as well. So we are working hard and we are trying to see how this will go. So welcome. If this is your first time you are being here, welcome to you. There is so much love in this community, no competition at all, meaning that we don't compare ourselves to ourselves. If you think this is not the place you have to be, no problem. If you think this is the place that you have to be, welcome to TP family and welcome to TP Masterclass. Today, I'm teaching something very important. But before we go on for today, last week we spoke about, I will introduce my title soon, don't worry. Last week, we spoke about FOMO in trading. Ladies and gentlemen, the testimonies from that session looks like it was a deliverance. People were like, Cliff, thank you so much. This was my deliverance. This was my deliverance. Well, today, you are going to get another deliverance. You see, you realize that from episode 1 to episode 15, 14 thereabout, we were talking about the foundations of topics you need to learn. We spoke about financial thermostat. We spoke about emotional intelligence. We spoke about cognitive biases and so on and so forth. Now, at the end of the day, one thing that you guys have to do, is for you to be able to understand. So the team is just telling me there are a community members from Malimo here on this call. Malimo is like my brother. Again, I had to pause and honor my brother Malimo. So if Malimo is the reason why you are here as well, I just want you to know that I honor and love my brother Malimo so much. Malimo, when you find a time and you see this masterclass, I honor you. I appreciate you, brother. So Malimo is one of the most amazing traders across Somalia and in this industry. Big impact he has done. An author and also as well. I just needed to just take time when the team highlighted me and told me some of Malimo's family members in the community is here on this masterclass. I appreciate you guys and welcome. So if you are in Malimo's team or if you are coming from Malimo's side, we honor you. God bless you so much for you guys being here, okay? So last week, we spoke about fear, which is FOMO in trading. And we realized that FOMO is not just any other problem. It's actually a strategy. And so you can be there and you want to have peace. You can be there and you don't want to have anything to do with FOMO, but it's not how the life works. You know, while you are trying to stay away from trouble, you know, FOMO is going to come to you because it is needed to be able to make sure the world runs on the way it runs. And so we spoke about so many different things, and we said that one of the ways to kill FOMO is to understand it's just bluffing. So I told you guys that imagine a 5'6" individual, okay, a black guy, short guy, 5'6". And if you are 5'6" here, there is no problem with that. Me myself, it's not like I'm a giant, but at the end of the day, of course, God has blessed us with some height. But 5'6" is not an attack. I'm basically just saying, just picture that he with a gun in his hands, and he's saying, he has kidnapped 20 big, you know, well-structured people, but he's having a gun, and then these 20 people can read the mind of this individual. And then, you know, he's saying, man, you should sit down right now, or if not, I will shoot you. And then you can read the mind of this individual. And in his mind, he's saying, man, there is no even bullet in this gun. Immediately, you guys that were panicking because you thought you were hostages will now start to be delivered because you are no more afraid of the person whom you thought was going to murder you. Why? Anytime that knowledge appears, fear dies. And so one of the knowledge that we made it appear in the masterclass was, if the financial market is actually going to go there, it will come back to call you. Listen to this carefully now, ladies and gentlemen. When it comes to trading, time in the financial market on the market structure does not change the market structure. Listen to this carefully. And I want you to write this down. Time does not change market structure. Some of you guys are going to be angry with me. Time does not change market structure. What changes market structure is market structure itself. So what that simply means, let's say gold is breaking higher new highs. Don't just say because it has been going high for 2 days, it's meant to come down. That is not how the financial market, we as retail traders with data, that is not how we think. Remember that you have to think in probabilities. The market moves up or down 50-50. So even if you flip a coin and you get heads and you flip another one and you get heads, it doesn't mean that the next one must be tails. Time does not change the structure of the market. What changes the structure of the market is the structure itself. So if there is no change of character, don't assume change of character is coming because the market has been making higher highs and higher lows too much. No, sir, that is not how it works. So what am I basically saying is that if you don't trust anything in the financial market, trust the structure of the market. Because if it is truly going to go there, it will come back to call you. Trust the structure of the market. Trust the structure of the market. Are you with me? So the financial market respects its structure. It respects its structure. So you can trust it. You can trust the structure. Yes, it may play with your mind with liquidity traps and all of that. And sometimes you may fail, but still trust the structure. The structure is not what manipulates. You know what actually manipulates individuals in the financial market? It's not the market structure. It is liquidity, tap out, and fake out moves. That is like volatility coming in. That is what manipulates people's emotions for their reaction to happen. So we spoke about FOMO in that order. And we said, if it is really going to go there, the market will truly come back and call you back. Why? Because of market structure. Now, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm teaching something very powerful. There are the twins, dangerous twins, very dangerous twins. One of them is fear. Can somebody tell me what the other one is? Twins. I call them the dangerous twins in trading. One of them is fear. The other one is what? One of them is fear. I said when I'm teaching like this, I don't even look in the comments. Let me go into the comment. One of them is fear. The other one is what? One of them is fear. Thank you so much, Maxwell. Greed. Thank you, Relax Trace. Greed, greed, greed. Ladies and gentlemen, so I think you know my topic for today. Today I'm teaching about the psychology of greed. If you are excited to hear, if somebody is saying hallelujah, finally a topic to deal with my problem, drop some number ones in the chat. Psychology of greed. Somebody said, a couple of few days ago, I was going through some of the comments and somebody said, every day you are talking about psychology. We are tired of. I said, who is the we? Say, I am tired. You can go away. People are not that tired as you think. You are not hungry enough. Psychology of greed. If you are excited, drop some number ones in the chat. Psychology of greed, ladies and gentlemen, your life will never remain the same again. Come on now, declare this to yourself that my life will never remain the same again. My life will never remain the same again. You see, when I'm saying these things, people are thinking I'm telling you to say it. I'm saying it to myself. Because when I was studying greed for myself, all right, I realized that it's one of the most interesting things. We'll come there, but that's my topic for today. I want to start from here for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, I did something very interesting today, and I want to show you guys something. Today. Hold on for a second. Where is it again? Hopefully this thing is still there for today. Hold on. Where is it again? Let's see if I can find it. Give me a second. I want to share something. So while I was studying greed, I realized something very, 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 very important. I realized something very, 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 very important when I was studying greed. I realized that fear and greed, they are really twins. And I want you to listen to this carefully now. Don't think you know what I'm about to say. Just stay with me. You see, fear is like that sibling. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. Have you seen that sibling that is always, he's the kind of sibling that is always trying to basically be loud, right? That sibling, he's always loud. He's a sibling that is always loud. You will see him always talking, always stubborn. So you will always find two individuals. You will always find two individuals. Those two individuals, one of the things that you will find out is this, is that one of them, let's say they are siblings. One of them is loud, he is stubborn, he's always aggressive. Yo, you know, if you're not careful, I'll beat you up. That is that other sibling. The other one, quiet. He's not going to talk. He's not going to say anything. He's quiet. Even when people are complaining, he doesn't complain. But ladies and gentlemen, when you find siblings like that, the dangerous one is not the loud type. is the quiet one. In fact, if there is any, coup, and if there is any affiliations to do something in the house, the idea is mostly from the quiet one. So fear is like that sibling who is loud. I will beat you. I will scare you. I will do this. I will do that. That is fear. Greed, on the other hand, is different. So fear is loud, obvious, and intimidating. That sibling. So I want you to picture two siblings now. Okay? There is one that is loud, which is obvious, which is immediate, and there is one that is quiet, subtle, and delayed. That is greed. And then you will see fear saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't go there. What if? That is fear. But then do you know what greed will do? Just one more or one more. Ah, man, you took the trade from London session. Man, this New York session trade looks juicy. Ah, but I have finished taking all my trades. One more. Ah, man, are you a chicken? One more, bro. Scared money makes no money. That one is not fear talking. That is greed talking. Scared money makes no money. That is greed. So you will see that fear will freeze you. It will make you feel anxious. But then greed is very subtle. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, fear will keep you from trying. I wrote some couple of few things here, and I want you guys to write it down. That fear will keep you from trying. Greed will keep you from stopping. Ah, man, I hope you guys are listening to me today. Fear will always keep you from trying. So if you're trying to know the difference between fear and greed, so fear will say, don't do it. Greed will say, come on now, you can do this. Your ego, it feeds it. It sounds like something very interesting you're about to do. That is greed for you. So one of the things that I want to talk right now is this. I wrote some couple of few things down for you to be able to understand something very important, ladies and gentlemen. It's very important to understand where we're about to begin this topic from. So now we are speaking about the twins. We started with the loud one, the stubborn one. Everybody know in that neighborhood he's stubborn. Then we have the quiet one. Nobody suspects that he's bad, but he's the dangerous one. Ladies and gentlemen, psychology of greed. Now, when I was preparing for this message and this topic, I wrote down my own convictions. I wrote down a couple of few things I wanted to talk about. But sometimes, mostly, I need a conviction to come out. But the conviction was not coming because I wasn't getting external materials that is proper to study to make sure it confirms my ideologies about greed. And I realized that is why greed is dangerous. Listen, greed hides under goals. Some of you guys today are going to not like me for the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes, because I'm going to say something that will provoke you. But after 15, 20 minutes, you will start to come back again and say, it's like injection. The first 5 seconds is painful, but when the drug enters your bloodstream and it starts to heal you, you now say, thank you for hospitals. So for the first 10 minutes, just see it as injection. Okay? Don't worry. You will like me later. But for now, let me do the honest justice to the truth. Greed. They hide under goals. It sounds like, listen, I wrote something here that greed, they hide under goals. Greed does not talk like, don't do it. Why are you doing it? That's not greed. Greed comes in the form of vision. Greed sounds like hustle. Greed sounds like grinding. I'm going to repeat it again. So if you're not careful, you will know Clifford is greedy, because it will sound like, oh man, Cliff is hustling. Oh man, Cliff has a vision. When I was preparing this masterclass, I was talking to my wife and I said something and I said, look, even me, if the vision God has given me shift away from number of views to the number of comments to the number of people that are engaging, instead of focusing on those who are being impacted, I have shifted from being visionary to being a greedy leader. So greediness don't come as the way you think. So don't say, oh man, for me, it's not like I'm greedy. Greediness comes in the form of vision. It comes in a form of hustle, and it comes in a form of grinding. That's why it goes undiagnosed, ladies and gentlemen, because we live in a world right now where, as a trader, How can somebody tells you it's okay? You are either hungry, you have bills to pay, you have to make sure that probably you're going to school and your parents cannot probably afford your school fees. So you want to use the opportunity, okay, of trading to get more money to pay your school fees, pay your family, help and support the family. So when is enough enough then? When is enough enough? Think about it. So when do you say somebody is being greedy? When this person is actually hungry. When do you say somebody is greedy? When that trader genuinely needs to pay their school fees. When do you say this trader is greedy? When he needs to make extra income to make sure he pays his bills. When do you say this person is greedy then? So that was the balance I was not finding, because I didn't want to come here and just bash around and say greediness, and not have a proper structure to this. And by the grace of God, I have some good news for you guys at the end of this masterclass. You will love it. You will love it. Just wait. See, because greediness is everywhere, you won't say I am greedy. You will say I am just trying to make it. You will say I'm just trying to build my family. You will say I just need one more trade. So greediness is not like fear. So you remember our twins. Keep that in your head. The twins. Fear, the bad twin. Greediness, the quiet good one, but dangerous. So greediness, I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to build for my family. I just need one more trade. That is greediness for you. Because it feels right until it isn't. Fear feels wrong immediately. Immediately you will know this is fear. Immediately you will know this is fear. But greed, it feels exciting at first. Because that trade that you want to take one more time again, it doesn't come as a form of this is bad. It comes as a form of I'm trying to make it. So it feels good in the beginning, isn't it? And then this is where it gets interesting. Even though it feels good in the beginning, the consequences of greed is dangerous than the consequences of fear. What am I trying to do right now with you guys? What I'm trying to do right now with you is for you to understand that greediness is not something you can pinpoint your hand on. That means even me, Cliff, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm getting delivered and say, Cliff, maybe sometimes you should take a rest. What is your motive? What is the reason why you keep on doing what you're doing? Yes, you want to help people. Yes, you want to impact. Yes, you want to do this, but make sure you don't let it turn into a greedy visionary. Are you with me? So this is not just, you are greedy and I'm not. It's a message that is coming to deliver every single person under the sound of my voice. That how do you know you are being greedy? Listen to this carefully now. Every single time your peace disappears, it's greediness that took it. Every single time that your identity starts shrinking into your performance, that means if you don't make money today, then you don't feel like you are an interesting or a good person, greediness is taking over. Every time that you start ignoring your rules and you start chasing numbers and you start lying to yourself, greediness is taking over. Greediness is taking over. Greed doesn't just take your money. Listen to this, write this down. It steals your identity. Greed doesn't just take your money, it steals your identity. You see, fear never pretends to be your friend. I hope you guys are writing down. Fear does not pretend to be your friend, but greediness does. Every single time you find somebody that their greediness is hijacking their career, it is because they thought that thought was their friend. You have bills to pay, you have money to make. That thought does not sound evil. It sounds like you have to make one more trade. So fear does not pretend to be your friend. Greediness will pretend to be your friend. And it doesn't only just become your friend, it becomes your identity. So now you start to think, I am not profitable, I am not valuable. Are you with me? You start to think, I am not improving, I am falling behind. You start to think, if I stop now, I will lose everything. You start to think these little things in your brain. That is greediness hijacking a part of your brain. We'll come to the neuroscience of the actual psychological side of greediness. Don't worry, I'm building a foundation now for you to understand that greediness is very dangerous. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, the same way fear of missing out is a strategy, so is greediness. Because if companies, restaurants, social media, if they want us to be able to keep on using the product, then they need to fuel a certain kind of things that makes us want more, isn't it? So you are not just fighting against something that you think is going to destroy you. You are fighting against a whole entire army of a system, and they are twins: fear and greediness. So now, every single time that fear is hijacking an individual's trading career, they are no more trading to grow. They are trading to be able to feel that they are proving their existence as a trader. Now, listen to me carefully. Now, one of the things that when I was doing the research, I realized about greediness, was that when you are scared, people tell you to have courage. But when you are greedy, the world claps for you. This one hit me. Every single time that you are scared, people will tell you, be courageous, be courageous, be courageous. But when you are greedy, they'll tell you, man, Cliff Cheqona, he works hard. Man, thank you, sir. Thank you for all that you do. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I said it's for all of us. It's for all of us. So listen to me carefully now. I'm not saying that when you guys tell me that, you appreciate me, I don't appreciate it. But if I am not careful, and I let those praises fuel my intention, and then it starts to not let me sleep well, something else is hijacking the vision. It's no more a visionary project, it's now greediness project. Because I'm like, man, if I don't quickly just do this video, what if somebody... No. So when you are afraid, your mom will tell you, keep going, be courageous. Your father will tell you, keep going, be courageous. Your friends will tell you, do not be afraid, be courageous. But when you are greedy, the world will clap for you. Man, the way this guy is a hard worker, bro, like this guy, he's a multi-billionaire. They even compare billionaires to billionaires, fueling greediness and so on and so forth. So the world clap for greediness. And so because of that, it's being praised for. We praise it. So how then do you condemn something that every single person is praising for it? And at the same time, how do you tell the person who has not eaten for probably 16 hours that, listen, don't go hard? How do you do that? So it is very difficult to let people get diagnosed about greediness, because it looks like it is the way to survive now in this world. Because while you are complaining that you don't have food to eat in the morning, somebody is about to compete with you and tell you he has not eaten for 2 days. So how then do you convince the both of them to tell them they shouldn't go hard? But ladies and gentlemen, this is how the world operates and hijack the minds of individuals. Because if you are greedy, they now get you to outwork your own life. And you will find out that people will work. And at some point, they don't rest. And after when they are 60 years, greediness has caused sickness. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, if you understand the information I'm about to teach you today, you will understand that it is not your greediness that will let you make money. It is the systems you build in place. Greediness will hijack your systems. Just let me not digress. Let me stay on course, because we are building something here. Listen to me carefully now. I wrote down here that when you are greedy, the world will clap for you. Wow, you are so driven. Bro, you are a beast. Another 5% today. Man, this person is going to be a multi-millionaire. So imagine if I see a comment and somebody tell me, man, Cliff, you are going to have 1 million subscribers. Now I forget that I'm trying to impact 1 million people, and I start looking at 1 million subscribers. Now my motive has changed. Greediness is hijacking. Are you guys studying? If you are studying this now, drop some number ones in the chat. Please just listen. The things we teach on these masterclasses, when they become convictions, believe me, every single person, whether your heart is hard in the beginning or not, by the grace of God, it will deliver you if you pay attention. This is just foundation. I have not started the whole entire masterclass about the topic. I'm building a foundation for you to understand first that there is fear and there is greediness. They are twins. One of them is loud and dangerous. The other one is subtle and pretends to be your friend. But this one is the more dangerous one. Fear is dangerous, but it's just provocative. I'm going to do this. He's lying. He's capping. But greediness is not capping. Greediness knows exactly what it's doing. In the military ground, we call something the enemy within, the fifth column. It's a tactic they use in the military. It's called the enemy within. So in any military strategy, back in the days, if they want to destroy another military camp, they will send another soldier who will pretend to be the friend of the other military camp. The purpose of that military guy is to make sure he creates distraction within. So it's called the enemy within. So fear, yes, it's also within, but then the way that they work together is that the first thing that it will happen. Let me show you something like this. If you have seen two siblings, every single time that they want to do bad, the one that is the loudest is the one they will send to go and open the door. The dangerous one is the one that enters the door. Same thing with greed and fear. Fear opens the door. When greed enters, it enters like it's your friend. Oh man, how are you doing vision? How are you doing ambition? How are you doing impact? How are you doing grinding? How are you doing hustling? How are you doing? And so I'm good. I just came here because I've seen how you are suffering and I just want to make sure that I push you. Keep going. So now when you watch a lot of videos on Instagram and people will say, don't sleep. Somebody will say sleep. Somebody will say sleep 3 hours. Somebody will say sleep 8 hours. So now you are confused. Don't eat. Don't breathe. Everybody is saying something. So your brain is being hijacked by so many different things. Are you with me? So now we are talking about something that is your friend. And with friends, you don't push them away by hatred. You grow. I hope somebody got what I said. When it comes to friendship, every single time you cut friendship away, you create hatred. And when you create hatred, if you're not careful, it will create something else that will destroy you. So when it comes to friends you are tired of or you don't think they need to be in your circle anymore, the way to cut them off is not to cut them off, is to outgrow them. So one of the ways to cut off greed is to outgrow the concept of it. So you don't say greediness, go away, you are the one. No. Grow, outgrow it. So the person that is able to say, I will take only 2 trades in a day is outgrowing greed. So greed will say, oh, why don't you take 1 more trade? Oh, no, I know it might even go there, but it's fine. Don't worry. It's okay. I've been trading. Maturity. So one of the ways to cast out greed is not to say greediness, I hate you. Because if you're not careful, you have also cut off the motivational, inspirational, intrinsic factor of your pushing. So, because remember, greed is not motivation, but it attaches itself to motivation. Greed is not hustling, but it can attach itself to hustling. So there is nothing wrong with you grinding. There is nothing wrong with you hustling. There is nothing wrong. In fact, there is something wrong with you hustling. Don't say you're a hustler. In fact, we will come back to that later. But there is nothing wrong with the inspiration. There is nothing wrong with the motivation. But the minute greed comes, it doesn't come as a separate entity. It attaches itself to motivation, grinding, going forward. That is greed. So that the day you are tired of doing what you didn't want it to do, it becomes hard to separate yourself from it. Because now, how do you pull away greediness when it's attached to motivation? You have to outgrow it. If you guys have now gotten the foundation of this masterclass, now I can teach now. Please drop some number ones in the chat and let's push through. Please listen. Now pay attention. Today, we are not just talking about trading. We are talking about the quietest bondage in your life and in your trading. One of the one, it dresses, as I put it in your mind, it dresses like ambition. Don't forget this analogy. So imagine greed. It comes into your life and it dresses like ambition. It dresses like motivation. It dresses like love. It dresses like compassion. It dresses like that. That is greed. So remember, they are going to clap for you when you wear ambitious clothing. But you need to be able to tell when it's becoming greediness taking over, or is it still the vision? Now, one of the things that I want to say right now here, I wrote something here, and I want you guys to write it down with me. Something very powerful I wrote down here. I wrote something very powerful here. I said, greed isn't about what you have. Greed is about what has you. Greed isn't about what you have. Greed is about what has you. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I was just trying to connect my English. I was like, is it have or has? We find out it's has. It's has. Don't let any literature people on this call come and say, claim it's saying has. It's has. If it's not has, put have. So greed is not what you have. It's what has you. Greed is not what you have. It's not what you have. So when you think, oh, I have money, so because of that, I'm greedy, that is where you're getting confused. It's not true. Greediness is not what you have. That is not how you define greediness. So sometimes if you're saying, but Cliff, you know, what if, I shouldn't make 1 billion? I shouldn't make 1 billion. Make 1 billion. Make the 1 billion. Because the more you make 1 billion, the more TP family is blessed. Make 1 billion. But greediness is not what you have. So let's first of all define greediness. What is greediness? Let's define it. I wrote down here. Greed is an intense, selfish, and often blind desire for more of something. I'm going to repeat it again. Greed is an intense, selfish, and often blind desire for more of something. I'm going to repeat it again. Greed is an intense, selfish, and often blind desire for more of something, especially more than you actually need, fueled by fear, insecurity, or pride. I'm going to take the whole definition again. So the definition I'm giving you right now is a definition to understand. After that, I will give you the psychological definition. So please write it down. Greed is an intense, selfish, and often blind desire for more of something, especially more than you actually need, fueled by fear, insecurity, or pride. Okay? If you don't get this, you can go back again and watch it and you can get a definition. Now, I want to give you guys a psychological definition. I'm giving you guys 3 definitions. I'm giving you greed in a simple term, the first one, psychological definition, and then spiritual definition. There's a reason why I'm saying spiritual. Because remember, greed is subtle. It's something you cannot see, isn't it? Psychological definition. Listen to this carefully now. Greed is a behavioral addiction. So psychologically, when I'm about to teach you guys about the neuroscience of greed, it's an addiction. We will come there. And the reason why it's an addiction, I will tell you why. Greed is a behavioral addiction where the brain's reward system, who knows what the brain's reward system is? I've taught you guys. You guys right now in TP Masterclass, you should be every day enlightened. So when we say the reward system, what is it? I've taught it again in the Masterclass. Dopamine. Dopamine. So dopamine is the brain reward system. So greed is where your reward system overrides rational decision making. That means greed hijack one of the most important parts of your brain that is responsible for motivation. Dopamine. So if you have not seen our masterclass on dopamine in trading, go watch it. Powerful, powerful masterclass. Now, what greed will do psychologically to you is that it will create a cycle of endless craving. Endless craving. One more, one more, one more, one more. And sometimes you don't even see it coming before you could realize you have taken the trade. Does that make sense? That is a psychological definition of greed. It's a behavioral addiction. The brain's reward system overrides rational decision making. So the goal of greed psychologically is to override you making decision rationally. Are you with me? Now, let's talk about spiritual definition. I know some of you guys will be like, hey, Cliff has started again. I need to give you the spiritual definition. You need to write it down. Even if you believe in spiritual things or not, write it down. One day you will need it. Greed, spiritually, is the spirit of discontent disguised as ambition. I know it's the English. Don't worry, you will get it. Greed is the spirit. When we say spirit here, guys, don't go too quick and start connecting to religious activity. Anything you don't see, right? Anything you can see. For example, when you look at Wi-Fi, you don't see Wi-Fi, but it works. You can see the router, the physical structure, but the Wi-Fi itself, we don't see it. But when you are connected to internet, you can feel it. Is that true? So anything that you can see is an unseen world. We categorize that as in the area of a spiritual thing. So what I'm trying to basically say is that the dimension of greed you don't even see, but it's there. So greed is the spirit of discontent disguised as ambition. You are never satisfied. It's an invincible master that replaces trust. Number one, in God. Okay. And then you start trust in gains. Again, some of you guys are going to cliff. I started again. Don't worry. Don't leave this masterclass because I mentioned God. Stay. It's okay. Just stay. So greed is the spirit of discontent. Okay. Disguised as ambition. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've given you guys 3 definitions right now. Now let's talk about this very well. Are you still with me? If you guys are still with me, drop some number ones in the chat. Okay. Now that we have been able to establish definitions, we have been able to build certain structures and so on and so forth. I want you to listen to this carefully now. Let's talk about the neuroscience of greed, which is the dopamine loops. The first thing that you need to understand is that when you listen to the masterclass where I was talking about dopamine and so on and so forth, you will know that as a trader, just even clicking, there is one new conversation about the way the dopamine reward system is working in traders' mind. And let me tell you, have you seen the traders that love entering multiple positions? They will pick up maybe 0.01. They just enter. They just enter like 8 positions. They are trying to enter like 0.10, but they enter 0.01 10 times. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not greed, but that is dopamine. You want to get high. Listen, what I'm trying to talk about here, you need to listen to me carefully now. There is a thin line between gambling and trading. Thin line. It's very important. So your reward system, which is the dopamine, it loves every day doing something to feel high. So maybe back in the days, you were entering just one, sometime, and when you see people also doing the same, you can see many trades open. It's dopamine. So a lot of people right now are struggling to be disciplined to enter one position. They can't. So they either break their trades down and enter multiple. Guys, it's not your fault. Greed has hijacked you as an identity. But today we'll break that spirit. Listen to this carefully now. So the brain releases dopamine before the win. Listen to this carefully. The reason why dopamine is dangerous, it's not because it comes when you win. No. You may have heard me say this before in the masterclass of dopamine and trading. Dopamine is not something you get after winning. Dopamine is something you get before. So people who are addicted to drugs, they get high before the high. Psychologically, are you with me? Psychologically, people who get high on drugs, they get high before the high. The dopamine already comes into their body. That is what pushes them to go get the drug. So if you are somebody that you are addicted, let's say to, excuse me for me to say this, but let's say you're addicted to pornography, the dopamine hits you, then you watch the porn. The dopamine does not come after the porn. That is why when you finish watching porn and then you finish masturbating, you now feel bad because now after everything, you have come back to your senses. The dopamine is gone. And you tell yourself, I will not do it again. You are lying. The dopamine will come back and you will do it again. If you are here with me, I don't care about whatever you are addicted about. That is not what I'm asking. But addiction is that powerful because anything that you are addicted to, it means the dopamine has risen higher. So if you are addicted to porn, to drugs, to anything you are not happy with, the reason why you told yourself you will not do it again, and a maximum 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, you do it again is because the dopamine is back. So dopamine is not what lets you chase something after. Dopamine is what makes you chase it before. So, if you are saying, Cliff, I don't know why I'm greedy, it's because the dopamine will come and then you will take the trade. Are you with me? So again, let me digress a little bit. If you are somebody that you are struggling with any addiction, you need to know that it takes intensive work to break any addiction. It does. I was Cliff. I'm sure some of you guys are listening and say, "How did you know how the porn addiction works?" I've told you guys before. I used to be addicted to pornography. I started watching porn at the age of 14 years, 14 good years. So you can imagine, I was so addicted to pornography to the point where I knew the names of the actors. That was how bad it was. Somebody will say, "But Cliff, are you not embarrassed saying this?" No, somebody needs to hear this because somebody needs deliverance as well. I was so addicted to porn that I knew the names of the actress, not the actors, no, just the actress. It's that bad. But God delivered me. And the day I became free, I knew I'm not going back. And the same way, after today's message, some of you guys will understand greediness and you will outgrow it. The next time when you go into the market, you will say, "God, thank you that now I understand. And I will never take more than 2 trays. Whether if it is going to go to the moon, I will come back again later." So, ladies and gentlemen, there is a psychological reason, neuroscientific reason behind this. That your brain, the reward system, it will let you chase the move before you actually chase it. Are you with me? That's why traders chase the feeling, not the setup. Every single time that you are sitting behind the desk, the first 10 minutes, and I'm going to give you guys a program. Before the end of this video, the end of this masterclass, I'm giving you guys a program. Just stay to the end. You will see. You guys are going to get a program that is going to help you to deal with this problem. Number one, the reason why a lot of people struggle is because after some point, they start chasing feelings and not set up. They start chasing feelings and not set up. So greed isn't about the money. It's about the high the money gives you. So now you have stopped being a trader and you are high with the markets. It's like a drug. Ladies and gentlemen, the brain is very powerful. And I love talking about the brain because the brain is so powerful that whether you are going to be poor or whether you are going to be successful, it all depends on your mind. So that means you can come on this call right now and you are not a millionaire and you are not a 6-figure earner. But whether you will become that 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, it depends on the way you think. So every single day when you wake up in the morning, the brain is so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. So when you see me having a smile on my face, I'm talking about the brain, it's because the brain is powerful. Did you hear what I just said? Greed isn't about the money. It's about the high the money gives you. This is the same reward as gambling. Please write it down. It is the same reward as porn addiction. It is the same reward as compulsive phone scrolling. Guilty. If you are guilty, say guilty. Admitting that you are guilty doesn't mean it's negative. You are declaring to make sure you become free from that. Guilty. Phone scrolling. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Sometimes, even when you have nothing to do, you pick up your phone to see if there is notification. Addiction. Dopamine. So, one of the things that you guys need to understand is that some of you are not trading. You are addicted to the chemical rush of winning. Remember, anytime that you hear the word chemical, or in a form of a biochemical reaction in your body, we are talking about emotions. Remember, emotions are the biochemical reactions that are released into your body to cause you to react through your behavior. Emotions. So every single time that the dopamine hits you, you have to pick your phone. Some of you guys are so prophetic in trading that every single time you see the market, you can see a move. Very prophetic. It's like every single time that you pick up your phone, you must see a move. You definitely will see the market is going to go high. Why? Because at the end of the day, it's not you speaking, it's your feeling, it's your addiction problem. And so addiction here does not mean that you are bad. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, every single time that I'm talking, I want to balance the conversation. You are not bad. You are just wired. Please declare this for a couple of few seconds. I am not bad. I am just wired. I am not bad. I am just wired. Media, if there is any subtle sound, not the fix your mind, fix your trading, any instrumental down there, please play it a little bit for me. Let me just saturate this atmosphere for people to understand that what we are talking about right now does not mean that you are a bad person. You are just wired. You are just wired. You are just wired. You are wired from the time you were born. You are wired from the issues of life. That is making you know that if you don't push hard, you will struggle. You are wired from the things you see on social media. You are wired from the people showing you that you can turn $10 into $1,000 in 2 days. You are wired. It's not your fault. You are wired. You are wired. So I want you to declare this to yourself right now. That even though I know I am wired, I am rewiring. Please tell yourself this. That I know that I may have been wired, but I am rewiring. Declare this to yourself that I know that I am wired, but I am rewiring. I know that my mind may be wired from the time that I was growing up, to the time that I went to school, to the time I started trading, the social media posts I may have come across. I know that I may have been wired, but I am rewired. Ladies and gentlemen, people like Africans, we have been wired in a way we don't even believe in ourselves anymore. We have been wired in a way that people from outside can tell us how Africans should live in Africa. Guys, wiring, it goes in different dimensions. It is very important that you understand the declaration you're making to yourself today. That I know that I may be wired. I may be wired from relationships. I may be wired from friends, but I am rewiring. I am rewiring. I am rewiring myself to become less greedy, but balanced, full of visions. I know I am right, but I am rewiring. 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 Greediness is dying. Greediness is dying. Fear is dying. I am rewiring. I am rewiring. I know. If it was not for the love, media, can you take it down a little bit? Thank you so much. If it wasn't for the love and the vision I believe God has given it to me, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes if I go back and I'm watching this masterclass, I'm like, Cliff, are you normal? That you stand in the midst of people on the live stream and you tell them, repeat to yourself, I know that I am wired. Guys, it's because there is some power in what I'm teaching you right now. Believe me, it's very powerful. If you understand exactly what I'm teaching you today, your mindset will never remain the same again. That you declare to yourself to start changing your mind. Let's get back to business. So now you understand. I told you guys one time before that when you go into neuroscience, we call something neuroplasticity. It is the ability for you to be able to rewire your mind. And that is why before the end of this masterclass, today I didn't come just empty-handed. I came with a gift to the whole entire TP family. I came with a gift for you guys. And I will share with you guys very soon. So greediness is a cycle of a chemical. Number one, there is anticipation. Anytime that you anticipate that the market has to go up, the dopamine will spike and then you will think, I might win. You made money during the London session. You are supposed to go to the New York session and just study. But something wants you to trade again. Are you with me? That is dopamine trying to connect with greediness to mafia you. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about right now before we go into today's session very well is that I want to talk about the 5 ways greed enters trading. 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 5 ways, please write it down. I wrote something down here today and I thought I was going to see it. But okay, I've seen it now. Thank you, Father. Let's go back again. I'm going to show you guys something. 5 ways greed enters your trading. 5 ways greed enters your trading. Please write a topic down. 5 ways greed enters your trading. Number 1. Media, thank you so much. You can take the music now so that we can basically just learn now. Thank you for the sound. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate everything you do for the team, okay? Now, I'm going to write something down right now here. Let's talk about business now. I wrote down here 5 ways greediness enters your trading. Number 1 is overtrading. Now, guys, I want you to listen to this carefully now. When I was studying this cycle, I realized something very well. You see, let's say, for example, you are, when it comes to the dopamine reward system that highs you, high, as in making you high. Have you ever heard this statement that when, even me, I can relate. Let's say back in the days, you will say, all I want is $2. All I want is $10. And there is a saying that you never finish wanting more. That statement is true, but that statement is not entirely ambitious. It means that something is hijacking your identity. It is very true. And so there are 5 ways that greed will enter your trading. Number 1 is overtrading. How does it look like when overtrading enters? I wrote it down here. Let me see if I can, let's say I can share my screen. I wrote it down on the, I couldn't find the the setup, but I can see it now. Oh, I didn't see it. It's fine. I couldn't. It's okay. But just please write something down. There are 5 ways that greed enters your trading. Number 1, over trading. This is how it looks like every single time that greediness enters your trading through over trading. So I call this, remember, I told you guys that fear will always open the door and greediness will enter. You remember? So what are some of the ways that fear will open the door like over trading? Because you are afraid. What if you are not able to pay your bills? What if you don't make more money? And as soon as that fear opens the door, greed now enters. So greediness is not over trading. It enters through over trading. When it enters through over trading, this is how it sounds like. You have hit your target by Tuesday, but you keep going. Even though you said your goal is to hit 10% a week. You probably, when God gave you the grace and you did hit the 10% by Monday evening, if you trade on Monday. Now, instead of you staying away from the market the whole week, it's not possible. Greediness wants to enter because you're going to tell yourself, like, okay, you know what? Somebody that I remember one time, somebody said that for them, every time they see their setup, as long as it's clean, they will take it. I was laughing and I didn't talk about that a lot because the truth of the matter is I was not there yet to teach about greediness then, so I kept quiet. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's not every single food you see that you eat. In life and in trading, the same. The ability for you to say no to something that is available is maturity. Same in trading. So the fact that your setup can see 10 trades in a week does not mean you take all of them. That is not maturity in trading. No, sir. It is important that you understand that yes, and I'm going to show you guys when I show you the program. You're going to love it. One of the things that you need to be able to understand is this, is that the ability for you to do setup during one of the systems that I use to counsel people is called MindX. During one of the MindX projects, when we are rewiring traders' mind, one of the things that we do is that we let you analyze the markets and don't take the trade. It's called trading fasting. The ability for you to see a juicy setup and say no is maturity, believe me. So one of the ways that greediness enter your trading is through over trading, number 1. Number 2, revenge trading. Revenge trading. Revenge trading is a very subtle kind of, one day we'll pick revenge trading alone and deal with it. But one of the ways it entered revenge trading looks like this. Lose a trade and double up and get it back. You lost a trade, you want to get it back. I'm sure some of you guys are looking at me like, this guy, he likes talking, eh? Anyways, so revenge trading. Revenge trading is you've lost the trade and you want to get it back. And then the third one is ignoring risk. The minute you start ignoring risk, it means that how do you ignore risk? You ignore risk by increasing your lot size for no reason. That is number 3. Number 4, jumping in early. Fear of missing out. Remember, fear again is opening the door. You see movement, you enter without confirmation. Greediness is coming in, even though you have hit your target. Then number 5, this one is a big one. If you can't walk away and you constantly keep on searching for trades, greediness is entering your trade. You remember, I'm not saying you are greedy. You see, I've started every single thing in this masterclass, and if you guys have realized, I've not said you are greedy. I said greediness is entering your trades. Greediness is hijacking you. You are not greedy. You are not greediness. Greediness is not you. Greediness wants to have you, but it's not you. Words are powerful. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen, let's even declare again that I am not greedy. I am not greedy. Some of you guys have told yourself, hello, sir, I don't know why I'm greedy. Cancel it now. You are not greedy. Cancel it right now. You are not greedy. Greediness is trying to have you, but you are not greedy. Repeat it and declare that greediness, you are trying to have me, but I am not greedy. Greediness, you are trying to have me, but I am not greedy. People will say, Cliff, why do we declare a lot? Because you are changing something in your subconscious mind. So when we started this masterclass, I have never once said you are greedy. I said greediness is trying to hijack your trading. Greediness is trying to enter you, and greediness is trying to have you, but you are not greedy. No, but you can experience the consequences of greediness. Words are powerful. Are you with me? So number 1, over trading. Number 2, revenge trading. Number 3, ignoring risk. Number 4, jumping in early. And number 5, you can't walk away. Number 4, you can't walk away. Now, I call this drag. You guys are about to take the Y drag. You know how paracetamol is called paracetamol and Panadol is called Panadol? I call this the Y filter. Now I can share my screen. I think I have this one running on the screen. Yes. I did this timetable here. After this table, I will now give you guys the gift I have for you guys today. Because greediness is not something that I can talk about it and then we will say we are finished. In fact, I needed to give you guys a medication. Remember, when we started, I said today's lesson is like me giving you injection. And then the first 15 minutes, you may not like me. But after that, you will like the injection because it's going to heal you. So now, if we have moved away from the annoying cliff to the one that now is giving us the medication for healing, drop some number ones in the chat. I'm about to share my screen and show you guys something very powerful. I call this the Y filter table. I did it myself. And I want to share with you guys. Then after that, I will give you guys the gift I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are learning. I hope you guys are learning. I hope you guys are learning. Okay. Can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, let me know. Okay. I call this the Y filter table. Please take a screenshot or whatever. But you can take a screenshot for this, but don't worry. This is not the gift. The Y filter table. Is it greed talking or genuine purpose? Is it greed talking or genuine purpose? You remember, I told you guys that greediness is not motivation. Greediness is not grinding. Greediness is not your hustle. But greediness can hijack through your motivation. So how then do you know that bad twin is the one talking or it's a genuine purpose? Ladies and gentlemen, when I was studying this, I realized the guy in the village with 2 cows can be more greedy than Elon Musk with billions of dollars. Do you hear what I just said? Greediness is not what you have, it's what have you. So that means the guy in the village with 2 sheep or the guy in the city with 2 apartments can be more greedy. Okay, I'm not saying it's only cows in the village. You know what I'm saying, please. Now, anything that I say, I have to redeem myself before people attack me. If you're watching this masterclass, I was just trying to make sure I put information out there well. So Elon Musk can have billions of dollars and still not be greedy. Somebody can have just $5 and he's the most he's one of the most people that is experiencing greediness in their life. So greediness is something that is trying to have you. So the person with the 2 cows, $5, it's not that they are bad. It's just that the circumstances of their life has not been well defined. So number 1, why do you want more? If it is for genuine intention, then it's different. If it's greed in disguise, that is another conversation. Then I have yourself. So what you can see over here, do you guys see this? Look at this. What you see over here. These are the headings. Let me just do this now. Can I even do this? Can I change the color? Yes, I can. Let me change it to red. This is bad. Okay, red. So these things are the headings so that you will see. I didn't take time to do this well. So this is it. Let's do another red. And let's do another red here. While I'm doing this, tell yourself that greediness will not hijack me. Wherever you are, don't just say it in your head. If some of you guys are around people who don't understand why you are on this masterclass, don't let the awkwardness let you stop your destiny from going to the next level. Don't meditate declaration. You have heard me saying this before, that you don't beat a thought with thinking. You beat a thought with talking. You don't beat thought by thinking. You beat thought by talking. So when I say greediness, you have no place in my life, speak it out loud. Anyway, number one, why do you want more? Because I want to impact lives. If it is yes, and if it's rooted in service and structure, good for you. If you are lying and you feel like you want to be significant or you want to be superior, that is greediness speaking. Is it about others or am I proving to myself? Because I am behind in life, greediness. Because I want financial freedom. If yes, and it's paired with discipline and peace, congratulations. If it's no, and it's about escaping discomfort quickly. There are some of you guys that you hate your boss. You hate your boss. You don't like your job. In fact, anytime you go to work, you feel like running away. And because of that, you are trading now. That is not how you become financially free. Because in trading, you are going to hate the other version of you are running away in the first place. Because you're going to be transforming. So the reason must not be because you want to escape discomfort quickly. Why, Cliff? Why should I stay in comfort? You have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Why? Because of time and seasons. You cannot escape Chronos, and you have to wait for Kairos. You have to submit to Zaman, and you have to understand it. Are you with me? We spoke about this in time and seasons when we're talking about habit formation. You see, guys, everything is connected together. So you can't escape discomfort. Are you building or you are trying to run away? Because you hate your job. Greed can use this pain as a bait. So if you hate your job and because of that you are loading the lot sizes, you are in trouble. If you are loading I'm sorry. If you are loading the lot sizes because you hate your job, well, you are in trouble. That is not how you become financially free, because you hate your job. Do you want to grow or you want to escape? Because I am tired of struggling. It's not. If it's because you are really tired and because life is bullying you and you genuinely want to valid struggle but be careful and grow, good for you. But if it makes you skip process and rush trades, you are in trouble. Greediness is going to hijack that. So you can see, I'm not saying that the greedy in disguise is greediness. It's in disguise. It hijacks these situations. So remember, greediness can hijack your identity, but the identity is not greediness. Greediness is like a AK-47. That when it has not struck yet, you would think it's a calm gun until you start firing it. Are you with me? So you need to understand, because I want legacy for my kids, vision-based intention, good for you. If it is the process is toxic and rushed, bad for you. Then because I saw someone make 10K, bad. Okay? Bad. FOMO is going to hijack you and open door to emotional greediness. Because I want to be free. Freedom is good, ladies and gentlemen. The Bible says that you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And it says, wherever the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. God wants us to be free. In fact, God doesn't want anyone to be poor. Poverty is a spirit. We'll talk about it one day. How to break poverty with training. That is going to be one topic one day that I think a lot of people will love. If freedom is tied only to external results, then that is a problem. Can I feel peace while building slowly? I call this the why filter table. When you use this table, and I'm giving you guys a homework, write, why do I want more? Genuine intention, greed in disguise, self-checking questions. Then you write them down. Don't worry, don't be shy. It's important that you understand this. It's important that you understand. Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? So this is the why filter table. Before I give you guys the gift, I want you guys to understand something. We started last week by talking about the first dangerous spirit in trading called fear. Fear is a spirit. I say it's a spirit because the Bible says God didn't give us that spirit of fear. Dangerous spirit. So we spoke about fear, and today we spoke about the twin of fear, which is called greed. Now, fear will make sure it stops you from doing something. Greed will make sure you keep on doing something. And I told you guys something very important. I said, the only way you can beat greed to become structured is to outgrow it. When you try to hate greediness, you are going to destroy yourself, because wanting more is not bad. Needing more is not bad. In fact, in this world we live in, you need more. You have to want more. But you need to be able to understand that while you are wanting more and needing more, greediness can hijack it. And the only way to you see, when you plant something, you see there are something called weeds. Weeds. Now, you don't want the weeds, but you cannot entirely separate them from future, coming into your plant or your garden. But you need to pluck them out by making sure that you use techniques that makes the other plant outgrows the weeds. If not, it will grow with it. So, ladies and gentlemen, one of the ways to be able to cut greediness from your trading is not to cut greediness, is to outgrow greediness. It will live by itself. It's to starve greediness. Starve it. So you have taken 2 trades. One of the ways is not to say, I'm not going to trade again. No. One of the ways is to make sure that you kill greediness is to look at the trade in the eyes and say, I will not take you. And something that is when, if your friend calls you and tell you, hey, you know what? Gold is going to go 200 pips. You said, don't worry. I wish you all the best. Make all the money. And when you finish, make sure you buy me suya. You know what I'm saying? Just be matured about it. Be able to say no to a trade. Be able to say no. Starve it. Don't think every single time that the market is going to go that you have to catch it. I understand. Believe me, guys, I'm not stupid. I understand you need the money. I understand you need it. Believe me. While I'm talking to some of you guys right now, your landlord have messaged you. The guy that you borrowed money from, he's telling you he needs his money. So I understand. But that is not how you solve your problem, by fueling it with greediness. No. Are you with me? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready to receive the gift I have for you guys, drop some number ones in the chat right now. If you are ready to receive the gift I have for you, drop some number ones in the chat. This is a gift from Cliff Cheqona and the whole entire of the Cheqona brand team, TP family as a whole. I just want to present to you guys one of the first simulation challenges that you guys are going to receive. Are you guys with me? Okie dokie. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So I call this the greed breaker. Can you guys see my screen? I call this the greed breaker. Can you guys see my screen? Are you guys excited? I'm going to explain this. You guys are going to get access to it. It's a whole 21-day greed breaker. 21 days. 21 days. If you follow the instructions I've put into this thing, and if you do day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, 21 days, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you by the grace of God, your trading in that area will not remain the same. So today, I told you that we are not just coming in. Can you guys bring me up a little bit? Just to keep the greed there. Don't remove it. But then let me just talk to them a little bit. I want to see their faces. Let me see if they're excited. Let me see the comment chat. Let's see the comment. Are you guys excited? Let's see. Okay, we can. Yes. Okay, amazing. Okay, thank you so much. Listen, guys, I'm going to explain this 21-day breaker to you guys. Now, you're going to ask me, Cliff, how do we get this? Don't worry, you're going to get it. What are the ways that you're going to get it? We are going to put the link in this description of this masterclass, and then we will also post it on the community tab. But before that, you know me, I like teaching. Let me break them down so that you don't go and say Cliff has given us something nonsense because you don't understand. Don't worry, I'm here. Let's go. Number 1, the first thing you need to be able to understand is this. The title is The Greed Breaker with Cliff Cheqona. The marketing team did a very incredible job. I appreciate Chike a lot. So greed isn't about what you have. It's about what has you. Okay? So number 1, You will see the introduction and every single thing, and then it has a whole entire program. I want to try to see this. Where is it again? Perfect. Program goals. By the end of the 21-day program, you will be able to identify how greed manifests in your trading, detach emotionally from profit obsession, rewire your behavior to trade with peace and purpose. Is there a way I could basically just make this a little bit bigger? I don't know. Okay, it's fine. I'm struggling, but it's okay. You just make the screen bigger for them, and then build a personal greed-free trading system. Reinforce habits that protect you long term. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I play some rules. There is a reason why, because there is some part of this rule I really want to explain. If not, somebody will say, Cliff, give us something that we don't get. Trading rules during the 21 days. This is not a fast from trading. This is a reset of how you trade. So it doesn't mean you are going to stop trading. You could still trade, but there are some instructions I gave in this. Now, remember, there are Monday to Fridays, trading days, Saturday, Sunday, you don't trade. However, this is still a 21-day program. So if you decide to start, let's say from what is today's date again, ladies and gentlemen, 26. If you decide to start from, let's say 28th, from 28th to the next 21 days of it, it's your 21 days. So choose a time and a day you can start the program. You don't have to start right away. It's not a challenge of who finished first. It's a challenge of you trying to do something for your trading. Does that make sense? So it has week 1, week 2. I'm explaining every single thing and so on and so forth. You will see the theme, every single thing and so on and so forth. And then you will see that week 3, I explain every single thing. Then it starts from week number 1. So for example, from here, you will see week 1, awareness and diagnosis. Day 1, greed is not you, it's a weapon. Reflection. Where has greed shown up in your trading before? Write them down. The action is no trace. Write your original reason for trading. Why? What is really your goal? Don't really give me because I want to become financially free only. Write down your goal. Be honest with yourself. Write it down. You know what? I really want to trade because everybody thinks I'm a failure. Write it down. Don't worry. Don't be ashamed. The purpose of this is to break the thing. So if you're not honest, you won't be able to break it. Then the affirmation is right there. I am not greedy. I am growing. Greed has no place in my identity. Everywhere we go, declaration goes. Now, day number 2, when more becomes a trap. Reflection, when did more stop being peaceful? So what do I mean by this? You woke up one day in the morning and you said, man, I don't even know if I'm even happy trading anymore. Why? Because it seems you are not even getting enough. Then you know something is hijacking something. So I'm not going to go into all this. You guys will have access to this. So you will see every single thing and so on and so forth. And then as you guys can see, after you finish this program, keep your trading system, okay, and revisit it weekly. Read your journal reflections. Often the journal is the things you write down during this program, and share your story with someone else. Don't let it stay with you, ladies and gentlemen. TP family, we don't keep information to ourselves. Every single thing you study here, I'm not expecting you to say you will not tell anybody. Go share it. Yes, share it. Go and share it. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to provide this link into the description of the. We're going to put in the description of the. We're going to put in the description of the masterclass for this one. You will see it in the description. Number 1, you will also see it in the community tab. All right, we will post it also, the link in the community tab. And if you are watching this masterclass after the live session, you can still go get it and you can still go use it. So let me try to share my screen one more time again. I like the design so much. Do you guys like the design? Let me share the screen again one more time. I just saw the design beautifully, and I think I like the design. Do you guys like the design? Do you like the design? If you guys like the design, drop some ones in the chat. We have an amazing graphic team. It's crazy. Chike is really doing an incredible job, and shout out to Chike if you're listening to me right now. Greed Breakout with Cliff Cheqona. Greed isn't about what you have. It's about what has you. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining today's masterclass. This is a topic that it's not about me talking to you. It's about me actually giving you the pill, the solution. This is it. This is not enough, but it's a start, because remember, it takes a lot. Back then it used to take 21 days to break a habit. Right now, the human mind has the dopamine is too high now, so it takes at least 60 days and counting now to break a certain habit and rewire it. But we are getting there. So 21 days, Greed Breaker, first ever simulation challenge program for the TP family. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining this masterclass. Next week, we're going to learn something also amazing. I have some good news for you guys coming up. Also, keep an eye on the community tab for updates and so on and so forth. If this is your first time coming on this masterclass, I do not have any Telegram channel and I do not have any WhatsApp group channels right now. So don't let anybody add you to a Telegram channel and say it's TP family. We don't have any official one. However, we do have a website that is under functioning. Is going to be ready soon for you guys. Those asking me, Cliff, how can we book? Cliff, how can we do this? Do not worry. And also, by the grace of God, we do have our book coming up very, very soon. And I'm excited to share with you guys. So thank you so much for giving me your ears. And I pray before you go, media, bring the sound up a little bit again. And let's declare and decree that greed does not have me. Greed does not have me. Ladies and gentlemen. Greed does not have me. 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 I am free from greediness. Greed does not have me. Wherever you are, while you are signing out right now, just like how last week we said, if it is truly gonna go there, it will come back to call me. That sentence alone has delivered hundreds of people. I've seen the comments and the messages. Thank you guys so much for your testimonies. And this time around, greed does not have you. No. Greed, it wants to have you, but it doesn't have you. And even though you may have been wired to experience that consequences, you are rewiring. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on board today. And this question also, all the literature people and the English speaking people, if in case I am wrong, forgive me. Greed isn't about what you have, it's about what has you. It's correct. Okay, take care. Have an amazing, good evening. I will see you guys next week. And please watch this video again and practice the program that we're going to share with you. Take care and have an amazing evening. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Fix your mind, fix your trading. We out.
Trading is a mind game. You heard me. Trading is a mind game. Fix your mind, fix your trading. 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 Trading is a